from Solomon's Tales. We left it, Solomon's in this sort of a bar, if you can call it a tin shed bar. Grumpy old lady, manager, owner, stood on her little bar, leaning on it, giving him dirty looks because he'd just thrown some ice away that she'd provided with his beer. Ugh. He's got this one girl here, looks like a wrestler, giving him his beer, and she's retreated back to the jukebox, and another pretty girl next to the jukebox. So there's Solomon, only customer in this bar. 6, 7 in the evening. Elvis is playing, and more rock and roll, which is fine. Solomon likes rock and roll. All good. So he's got his beer, and all three of the girls, woman, are just staring at him. Really uncomfortable. You're in a bar, road behind you with some vehicles going past, fumes coming in, no aircon, no fans, nothing. Quite warm, sticky. He's got this beer, no idea what make it is, he can't even read it, it's in Cambodian. But it tastes okay, it's beer. The grumpy lady then turns around to the two girls and shouts at them. No idea what she says. This is the beauty of being in a foreign country if you have no idea of the language. It's great. Shouts at the girls. The girls immediately stand up. This is the first time Solomon can see the other pretty girl stand up. She was really thin, not that tall, but really pretty. Both the girls come across to Solomon. He thinks, right, here we go. Now it's interaction time. The boss has told them to talk to me. They come over, they sit down right in front of him. This is only a small little table, and they're right in front of him, just staring at him. They're not laughing, they're not giggling, they're not talking, they're just staring at him. And you can feel the grumpy lady's eyes burning in the side of his head. He thinks, she wants me to buy the girl some drinks so she can make a little bit more money. And it's so cheap. He thinks, okay. Gets his hand in his pocket, pulls out the ringgits. There's a few notes and there's coins. He has no idea what its value, but it can't be that much. So he hands out and he points to the girls and he points to the beer. Then they smile. The wrestler, who must be the assistant manager of the establishment, grabs some money. Up she gets. Over to the boss. Negotiation, blah blah blah. Over the road. Comes back to the table eventually. No change. Couple of glasses. Soft drinks. I think one was Coke and one was orange. And they just sat there smiling and drinking. Music's playing. Grumpy lady, still grumpy. Solomon's, he's got through this beer. And he's like, do I really want another beer? He's just like, nah. This was too much hard work. It was just, there was no conversation, nothing to do. He thinks, I've had enough of this. I'm just going to head to the room. And he says, that's it. He puts the beer to one side. And at this point, he's about to stand up. And the nice girl puts her hand across on his hand and starts nodding at him, and he's like she starts talking a bit, but he can't understand her, and he's looking at the wrestler, looking at the old woman, the grumpy woman, smiling then, and he's thinking, what on earth? He ain't got a foggiest anyway, so he just like nods back and smiles like, you know, yes, okay, whatever, another drink or whatever it is. The girl runs off. You think, what? Literally 10 seconds later she comes back with her jacket on. Pretty girl. Good job it was the pretty girl, not the wrestler. She's got a jacket on. And he's looking, and everyone's smiling, and thinks, oh, I think I've just agreed to take the young lady out of the bar for some sort of companionship. And grumpy woman, she's like, says something and puts her hand out, and he's like, whoa, what's this? this is a bar fine or something. Compensation for losing your staff. Pulls out the ringgit, and this was changed for like $10 back at the garage. There can only be a couple of bucks there, and he puts it there. The grumpy lady comes round the bar, comes across, just grabs it all, grabs it all, smiles, walks off. So maybe that was, I don't know, $4, $3. Happy. Wrestler goes back to the corner. Pretty girl grabs Solomon's arm, so up he gets, and he thinks, well, I'm only going back to the room, so it's just like, which is next door, 20 meters away. He thinks, oh well, back to his hedonistic days. He's like, okay, whatever, let's see what happens. Go with the flow. Just easy life. And he walks right to the room, 20 meters into the room. I won't elaborate too much, but the young lady went off behind the wall to the hose pipe shower, took a shower, came back. The bit of there was a TV there, and it was just turned the TV up. Solomon turned the TV on. Bit of background noise. Found a music channel, but again it was Cambodian music. He just hit the sack. Companion, aerobics. Girl stayed the night. Now, let's give Solomon a scoring system. Ning, 9 out of 10 for companionship, or whatever you want to call it. Morning came. It's light outside. Solomon's woke up. The girl has sat up, no clothes, sat up, bolt upright. At this point, Solomon, 3 out of 10. Pretty smile. She sat there, bolt upright, and he's like, oh, what now? Here we go. Obviously it's money time, and so he sits up, and she leans over and digs in her little bag, pulls out this horrible old Nokia phone, punches in the phone number 10, shows Solomon 10. Now he has to assume that this is not, I want to go at 10 o'clock. This is, I want 10 Cambodian money or dollars for, let's call it a massage that she gave him. And Solomon, I mean, he's still, it's all new. This is all new experiences in Cambodia. He doesn't want to upset anyone. It's pennies compared to back in the UK for all these services and drinks and food. She's got the phone, she's point number 10, and she's smiling, and he thinks, okay. So he digs over, pulls out, grabs his trousers, hand in the pocket, $20 note, or was it two $10? Was there $20 notes? I can't remember. Two $10 notes. He pulls out $20, and he gives her $20. She put 10 on the phone, and he assumed it was dollars. She got it was two $10 because she grabbed one in each arm. She leant over, kissed him on the cheek, jumped out of the bed, and then ran around the 4-meter square room naked, jumping up and down as if she'd just won the lottery. Going bananas. Absolutely potty. She then, let's say, re-entered the bed, revisited the aerobics lessons, and went from a 3 out of 10 to a 6 out of 10 as aerobics teachers marks. Then into the shower. Solomon was like, wow, okay. Into the shower, come back out, dressed. Again, kiss on the cheek, mumbled something or other, exit left, gone. Okay, different. Which point, it's breakfast time. Solomon, shower, change of clothes, or change of shirt. Didn't have many clothes in his bag anyway. Checked around the room, got everything. Yeah. He's got his passport tucked in the pocket, got money, yeah, all there. Phone, not lost anything. Out the room, over to the guy, gives him the key back. The guy, thank you. Solomon goes over to the garage, into the garage. Blow me down, there's a coffee machine in there he hadn't spotted. He loves his, he's got coffee. Okay, it's only a little cardboard cup of coffee, but coffee. There's no pastries or anything. I think, oh well, it's got a coffee. And it's red hot. It's got one with a little top on it, so puts a top on it. Okay, I'm gonna walk down the street a bit, see if he can find some pastry or something. Got to have his croissants or toast in the morning. No, one down the left side, nothing. Back over that cafe. He goes in there. He's got his coffee, and he sees bread in this woman's little glass cabinet, and he points to the bread. And like, she twigged. Yeah, toast. She understood. A couple of toast. He's always got his coffee. He's like, I got my coffee. She's fine. There he is. Coffee, toast. Brilliant. Hand in pocket. He's got no ringgit. That woman in the bar had ripped him of all the ringgits, all the whatever the currency is. Took it all. All he had, he just bought 2 pieces of bread, 2 toast off this poor woman. All he had at this point was something like $100 bill or a $50 bill. I mean, he had a few $100 there, like, but what does he do? He's just 2 pieces of bread, $50 bill. Anyway, he's like, and the woman's like, pulls the $50 bill off him, goes off, walks up to the garage, comes back down, hands him what must be probably $49 worth of Cambodian money. At this point he's starting to, okay, now he's got to learn what the money is, because he doesn't want to get ripped off. But there's some bigger bills there and stuff, and you think, okay. And the woman's just waving it, that she's got this little 5 bill, whatever it is, for the total. He thinks, silly. So now he's got some ringgit, about 49, let's say, hope it's $49 worth. He's got to get his head around that. Finishes his 2 toast, coffee, back up the road, grabs a bike, off he goes, heading south. That was an eventful night. Didn't expect that. Ning's obviously back in Thailand, bike's back in Phnom Penh that she had. He's had an eventful night, now heading south. Literally only an hour down the road. Comes around this corner, big sign, only an hour. And it, Shulukville, he's there. He thought it was another 3-4 hours. It was an hour down the road. So if he'd have pushed, he could have carried on yesterday and got there. But anyway, he had a good night. Comes around the corner, Shulukville. It's okay. Street going down. There's a lot more buildings, a lot more built up, but it's old wooden style. This is, 15 years ago. A lot of wooden old buildings. Bit of sort of a shanty town. Yeah, anyway, he rides down the bottom, keeps going, bit of a wiggly bit. Can smell the sea. Gets right to the bottom. There in front of him is the sea. Beautiful. Beach. It's not much of a, not that pretty a beach. Sort of the sand's dirty. But the road going along, he can see bars. Nothing special, not that many. But he can also see a couple of hotels. Again, older style, wooden buildings. I imagine now it's all modern, totally changed. Anyway, he rides along, he thinks, I'll ride along. And he goes on for about, I don't know, half a kilometre, not that long. But the beach is lovely, well, reasonable. Fresh air, it's great. Rides back, goes back again a couple of times up and down looking. Sees a couple of little side streets and he flicks up those. Again, there's guest houses and bars and little bars. and there's another street at the back which just seems to be the town. Quick ride around, so he just rides around for half an hour, working out where all the roads are and everything. Round and round in circles, comes back to the front, thinks I've got to see what the price is on the front of these guest houses, hotels. And there's one with a bit of white paint on it. It's got a car park at the side. He parks the bike, wanders in. First person since Phnom Penh spoke English. Girl, glasses, I don't know, maybe 40 years old. He says, how much is your rooms? And he said, in dollars. And she said, what? Okay. And she started explaining to him the different currency, ringgit price and the dollar price and everything. $12. So it was quite expensive compared to other places, but you think, okay. She says, have swimming pool on the roof. I thought, there's a bonus. Now we're on holiday. $12. Aircon. Perfect. You got motorcycle. She said, okay, put it aside. And pulls out money. He said, I'm not going to pay him ringgit, I'm going to keep that. Dollars. She gave him change in dollars. Everyone else has been giving him ringgit or whatever it is. She gave him change in dollars. That was good. Anyway, he says, just one night for now. $12. She gives him a key, tells him where the room is. It's only like 2 floors. He goes and locks the bike up, gets all his stuff up to room. And we'll leave it there, because again we're getting on. So now Solomon is in Shlukville, Cambodia, down on the southwest coast. He eventually got there. Shame Ning wasn't with him, because it was pretty. Quite old and quaint, but pretty. It was like a gold town, where the gold fever, where they just all got to the town, started building the town. It had that feel about it. Yeah, like out west. Right, catch you on the next one. Bye bye.